So I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I'm just not having fun with Elden Ring Nightreign. And I really wish I could say otherwise because I love Elden Ring. It's definitely up there as one of my top 3 favorite video games of all time. And when I saw at the Game Awards last year that Elden Ring was getting its own standalone co-op spin-off called Nightreign, I was definitely hyped. Until I found out it was a roguelike, and then that hype turned more into cautious optimism, for lack of a better word. And I managed to snag an invite into the closed test for PS5 and I was able to give it a try. In the beta, I mainly just played Wilder and Duchess, and I'll admit I didn't get to the final boss in the beta. And I had fun with it, but it wasn't a game that I was absolutely dying to play, if that made sense. I thought to myself, maybe after it released I would pick it up in a couple of months, but I wasn't so sure. But around the end of May, when Nightreign finally came out, I started to see everybody talk about it, all my friends playing it, and everybody thirsting over Duchess, Recluse, and Raider. FOMO started to get to me, so I'll admit I caved in and used the $50 in credit card points to buy it off of Fanatical, instead of getting Claire Obscure like I was originally going to do. Big fucking mistake looking back. Even though I got it now, I just wish I picked it up sooner. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I've absolutely had some fun with the game, and this isn't going to be a video of me ruthlessly bashing on Nightreign, because I do think that this game improves in some areas that OG Elden Ring lacks. God, the phrase OG Elden Ring feels so weird to say. I can't believe it's been 3 years. But to get back to topic, this game does have a lot of great elements too. Like, for example, the Nightfarers are genuinely fun to play. My two favorites being Wilder and Executor, because any ability involving a grappling hook is a win in my book, and being able to deflect Sekiro style and turn into a giant beast, it's pretty cool too. And the new bosses seem cool, especially the ones returning from the Dark Souls series. Being able to sprint just by tapping the left trigger is awesome too, and not to mention playing with friends is far less convoluted now than it was in any of the previous Souls games. But speaking of friends, this is where I'm going to start talking about my issues with the game. To put it plainly, this game just isn't fun with random players. Although granted, you could say that about a lot of co-op based games. Another game I feel this way about is Helldivers 2, but that's another story for a different time. Elden Ring Nightreign is one of those games that feels a lot better when you're playing with people you know and people you can easily communicate with, especially if you're in a Discord call with your friends playing this game together during an expedition. I don't think Nightreign has voice chat though, correct me if I'm wrong, so I think Discord is the only way. But I find it's a lot harder to play with randos, whether the party just splits up randomly or tries to take on one of the field bosses on their own. It just feels annoying, especially when sometimes people just straight up decide to leave the session. And this is a game I'd rather just play with friends only. And remember when I said my excitement turned into cautious optimism when I found out this game was a roguelike? The truth is, I'm just not a fan of roguelikes. I mean, I do like Hades, but that's pretty much it. But even then, the core mechanics of roguelikes are just something I don't really vibe with. The grind fest, the lack of permanent progression, and the repetitive nature of those games are all example why I don't like roguelikes. And I mean, yeah, technically this game is a roguelite, and this game does have more progression than some of the other roguelikes I've played. Like how you earn currency at the end of expeditions that you can use to buy chalices, relics, or even costumes, and you earn randomized relics at the end of expeditions as well. Along with that, there's a few other gripes I have with this game, like how Nightreign doesn't even have any of the weapons or spells from Shadow of the Erdtree, or any new weapons or spells at all, aside from the ones that the Nightfarers start off with. The fact that this game still has a locked 60 FPS mode for PC in 2025. FromSoft, please, I beg you. Enough with this already. If you can give Armored Core 6 a 120 FPS cap, why can't you do the same with Elden Ring or Nightreign? I shouldn't have to use lossless scaling to get around this. And while one could say that this could have just been a DLC for Elden Ring rather than a full game, That's where I'm a little more mixed, since it does a lot of things differently from Elden Ring, especially with the core of it being more of a roguelite than your standard Soulsborne game, and the fact that the game costs as much as the Shadows of the Erdtree DLC. At least it's not being priced as a full game. But at the same time, too, I can also agree that it could have worked as a different game mode, too. But honestly, I think From Software did the right thing here, more or less. But I have about like 15 hours as of recording this video, and honestly, like, I'm not really wanting to progress more. It just makes me want to go back to playing OG Elden Ring instead, or like continue my playthrough of the older Soulsborne games. But like I said, I've had some fun with the game, and I am by no means saying that Elden Ring Nightreign is a bad game, but I thought I'd just make this video and explain what some of my issues are with it, and specifically why I'm not having fun with it right now. But that about covers it, and I guess that's where I'll wrap things up. Thank you all again for watching me ramble about video games for a few minutes once again. It's always been a pleasure, and stay tuned for more Souls-like content and new videos in general. I've also been working on a few Lies of P videos since I've been obsessed with the new DLC, but all kinds of new content is on the way. But until then, I will see you guys next time. You guys are the best. Umbruhh, out.